Okay, Wildcat, today we're at journal page 36, dividing rational expressions. Dividing rational expressions steps. Step 1, rewrite its multiplication by the reciprocal. Step 2, factor the numerator and denominator. Step 3, divide factors to become 1. Okay, if you would finish up your notes. All right. There's the camera there. All right. Journal page 36, dividing rational expressions, example 1. Find the quotient and any excluded values. So the first thing is we need to change from division to multiplying by the reciprocal. So that's 4x squared plus 8x divided by x squared plus 8x plus 16 times x squared minus 16 divided by 16x plus 32. Okay, now we need to factor the numerator and denominator. Okay, so here we can factor out a 4x from both terms, so that's 4x, which leaves x plus 2 divided by, now we know x squared, 2 parentheses, so parentheses, times, okay, now x squared minus 16 is a difference of squares, so we know that this is parentheses x minus 4 x plus 4, okay, and in here we can factor out a 16 from both terms, so that's 16 times x plus 2, okay. Now we're going to come back to this and factor this, okay. We know that x and x makes x squared. Okay, now we need to find out what number multiplies to give you 16 and combines to be 8. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, we know that 1 times 16 is 16. 1 plus 16 is 17. That doesn't work. 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, 2 plus 8 is 10. We're getting closer to the 8. Okay. Let's see, 3 doesn't work. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 equals 8. So we have our 16 and our 8. So this is x plus 4, x plus 4. Okay. Now we need to rearrange things looking for the special one. So that's 4x times x plus 2 times x minus 4x plus 4. The numerator's order doesn't matter, okay? But now let's reorder so that, well, let's put the 16 in front. The 16 is right here. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, let's see, do we have an x plus 2? We do, so that's x plus 2. Again, I like to shade these out as I use them so I don't use them again. Now, do we have an x minus 4? We don't. Do we have an x plus 4? Yes, we have an x plus 4. And we have an x plus 4. Okay. All right. Let's see. So this divides and becomes 1. This divides and becomes 1. So 4 divided by 16 is 1/4. So that's 1/4. We have x times x minus 4 divided by x plus 4. Okay. So this divided by this equals 1x times x minus 4 divided by x plus 4. Okay. Now we need to go to the excluded values. Okay. Now we know there's 3 of them. And it just so happens, look, there's 1, 2, 3 things in the denominator. So we have to go back and include what was divided and became 1. Okay, so we need to set x plus 2 equal to 0, x plus 4 equal to 0, and let's see. Now, there's 2x plus 4s, okay? So let's just go ahead and set x plus 4 equal to 0 again, okay? All right, so we subtract 2 from both sides. X equals negative 2. Okay. Now we subtract 4 from both sides. X equals negative 4. Okay. And then, so that's negative 4. And then we subtract 4 from both sides. So then x equals negative 4. So negative 4 and negative 4. Okay. All right, go ahead and finish up example 1. All right, now let's take a look at example 2. Okay. All right, dividing rational expressions, journal page 36. Example 2, find the quotient and any excluded values. Okay, so first off, we need to, instead of dividing, multiply this by the reciprocal. So we have x squared minus 10x plus 24. All right, divided by x squared plus 10x plus 24 times, okay, so now we're multiplying by the reciprocal of this. Okay, now we need to factor the numerator and denominator. Okay, we know 2 parentheses. We also know that this has 2 parentheses. Times, now these are unique in that this is a difference of squares and this is a difference of squares. So this is x minus 4, x plus 4, and then that's x minus 6 times x plus 6. Okay, now we need to come back and factor this. We need to find out what numbers multiply to give you 24 and combine to be negative 10. Okay. All right, so we know that they both have to be negative in order to get a positive number here and a negative number here. So negative 1 times negative 24 is positive 24. Negative 1 minus 24 is negative 25. That doesn't work. Okay. Now, negative 2 times a negative 12 is a positive 24. Negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14. We're getting closer to the negative 10. Okay. So then negative 3 times negative 8 is positive 24. Okay. Negative 3 minus 8 is negative 11. We're getting really close to negative 10. So now the next combination would be negative 4 times negative 6 is positive 24. Negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. We have our 24, negative 10, so our factors are x minus 4, x minus 6. Okay? Now, this is easy because 2 negatives multiplied to give you 24. Negative 4, negative 6 is negative 10, but this is just a positive 10, so this is x plus 4, x plus 6, because 4 times 6 is 24, 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay? Now we need to rearrange these so we can divide the 1 out. Okay? So I'm just going to rewrite the numerator because the numerator doesn't matter in the order. Okay, x minus 4, x plus 4. Okay? So now let's see, do we have an x minus 4 in the denominator? We do not. Do we have an x minus 6? We do. We have this x minus 6, so x minus 6. And again, I'm going to shade that out so I know I'm done with it. Now, do we have an x minus 4? We don't. Do we have an x plus 4? We do. Okay. And then, really, these aren't going to divide things out, so I'm just going to fill it in here and here. So x plus 6, x plus 6. Okay. So now this divides and becomes 1. This divides and becomes 1. So you're left with x minus 4 times x minus 4 divided by x plus 6, x plus 6. Now I'm pretty sure that's the format they'll accept for here. So this is equal to x minus 4 times x minus 4 divided by x plus 6 times x plus 6. Now, I think that's absolutely acceptable, but because you're multiplying things by themselves, you can actually write this as x minus 4 squared divided by x plus 6 squared. Okay? All right? But now to find the excluded values, we need to come back to each of these terms, okay? So we need to set x plus 6 equal to 0, x minus 6 equal to 0, x plus 6 equal to 0, and x plus 4 equal to 0. Okay? So subtract 6 from both sides, x equals negative 6. Now, it just so happens that these are the same, so if you subtract 6 from both sides, x equals negative 6. So you have negative 6 and negative 6. Okay? All right, now we add 6 to both sides. So x equals positive 6. And subtract 4 from both sides, x equals negative 4. Okay? Go ahead and finish up example 2. All right. Journal page 36, dividing rational expressions. Example 3, find the quotient and any excluded values. Okay, so first when we divide, we need to multiply by the reciprocal. So this is negative x squared plus 1x plus 12 divided by 8x squared minus 32x times 5x minus 20 divided by x plus 3. Okay, now we need to factor the numerator and denominator. Okay, whenever you have a negative number in front of the x squared, you need to factor negative 1 from each term. So that's negative 1, parentheses 1x squared minus 1x minus 12 times well, here we can factor out a 5 from each term, so that's 5 times x minus 4, okay? And probably should put that on the line right there, okay? Now, divided by, okay, it looks like we can factor out an 8x from each of these, so that's 8x, which leaves x minus 4, and then that's just times x plus 3. Now we need to factor this, okay? So that equals negative 1. We know 2 parentheses. We still have times 5 x minus 4. And we can put the 8x right here. And we can put the x minus 4 here. And we can put the x plus 3 here for right now. Okay. Right? Now, we know x and x makes x squared. Now we need to find all the combinations that multiply to negative 12 and combine to be negative 1. Okay? So we know 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. 1 minus 12 is negative 11. That doesn't work. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Okay? That's a phone ring, but I probably should answer that after the video. Okay? And then, let's see. Sorry, that phone call just threw my concentration off. Oh, so 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. 3 minus 4 equals negative 1. So we have our negative 12, we have our negative 1. So we know our factors are x plus 3, x minus 4. Or, I'm going to actually write the minus 4 here and the plus 3 in that order because I see that those will divide and become 1. Okay? So, this divides and becomes 1. That divides and becomes 1. Okay? So now you have negative 1. And actually, negative 1 times 5 is just negative 5. Times x minus 4 divided by 8x. And that will not reduce anymore. So this divided by this is negative 5 times x minus 4 divided by 8x. Okay. All right, now to find the excluded values, we need to come back to here and include what we divided out and became 1. So we said 8x equal to 0, x minus 4 equal to 0, and x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay. All right. So we divide both sides by 8. X equals 0. There's our first excluded value. Okay. And then add 4 to both sides. X equals 4 is our next excluded value. And then subtract 3 from both sides. X equals negative 3 is our last excluded value. Okay. So you would finish up example 3. All right. Example 4. Find the quotient and any excluded values. Okay. So again, when we divide, we need to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to leave this alone. X plus 4 divided by x squared plus 13x plus 36 times x minus 9 divided by x squared minus 81. Okay. All right. So now we need to factor the numerator and denominator. Okay. So we have nothing to do there. That's just x plus 4. And then that's just times x minus 9. But now we know that x squared, 2 parentheses. And then this one is a difference of squared again, so that's x minus 9 times x plus 9. Okay? Okay? So now we need to factor this. We know x and x is x squared. Okay? And let's factor that. So we need to find all the combinations to make 36 combined to be 13. So 1 times 36 is 36. 1 plus 36 is 37. That doesn't work. 2 times 18 is 36. 2 plus 18 is 20. We're getting closer to 13. Okay. Now let's see. 3 times 12 is 36. 3 plus 12 is 15. Okay. That doesn't work, but we're getting closer to 13. 4 times... see, 4 times... give me a second. 9 is 36. 4 plus 9 is 13. We have our 36 and 13, so our factors are x plus 4 and x plus 9. Okay. Now we need to rearrange this so we can divide out the ones. So let's just leave the numerator as x plus 4, x minus 9. Okay. Now we need an x plus 4. Well, we have one right there, so it's x plus 4. So we're done with that. We need an x minus 9. We have that, so x minus 9, so we're done with that. And then we have x plus 9, x minus 9. Okay? So this divides and becomes 1, that divides and becomes 1. So we're left with this divided by this is 1 divided by x plus 9, x minus 9. Okay? Now, to find the excluded values, okay, we need this, and this, okay, set equal to 0. So we have x plus 4 equal to 0, x minus 9 equal to 0, x plus 9 equal to 0, and x minus 9 equal to 0. Now I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 1, 2, 3. Let me add another one here. X equals, let's add that there, okay? All right, so subtract 4 from both sides. X equals negative 4. That's one of them, okay? Add 9 to both sides. X equals 9. Okay, subtract 9 from both sides. X equals negative 9. And then add 9 to both sides. X equals 9. Okay, all right, if you would finish up your notes and examples and have a wonderful Wildcat day.